Joining us now for more insight on the housing market is Jack Truong, CEO of James Hardie and Industries. It is the world's #1 producer of high-performance fiber cement and fiber building solutions. Jack, it's good to get your perspective on this. To understand where we're going, let's just get a quick snapshot of where we are right now. It's been very strong. Does it continue?
Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Guy, and thank you for having me on. When we look at the data this morning that came out for housing starts, it's not surprising to us. We expected it because if you look at the month of February, as you know, 10 days of the month was under the deep freeze, and over 50% of the new construction really happened in the South, particularly in Texas. And Texas was in a deep freeze. So it was not a surprise for us. But when we look to further down into the data, we actually saw that the completion rate was actually an increase month over month and year over year. That means that the builders were able to complete the home because most of that work was done inside. And then once you look at the permit was 17% increase compared to a year ago. And so it's mean that the future will look good. And for us, we already experienced a very strong pent-up demand in the month of March. So it is really a strong housing market that we see at James Hardie.
Jack, how much pricing power have you got at the moment? Clearly there is a strong demand story. Are you raising prices as that demand picks up?
Our products is very unique products in fiber cement that deliver protection to the homes in terms of durable, low maintenance, and fire resistant. At the same time, it delivers aesthetic and design to the homeowners. And so it's really about the value that we deliver. And it is something that we look at very often in terms of price value. And yes, during the past year, we were able to continue increase our price that we do every year.
Talk to me about the supply chain issues either that you have or that you're noticing within the market. Guy and I talked a lot about lumber as well as copper. Like there was a report that plastics are going to see a really deep hit of supply due to the Texas deep freeze. Where do you notice it?
Yeah, for us, it's really about, we're the world's largest fiber cement producer and marketer, as you have mentioned. And during the past 2 years, our company have transformed to become a world-class manufacturer. And that means that we adopted the lean methodology that's based on the market demands. And through market demands, we're able to run a network of plants efficiently. And during the past year, during the pandemic, our team have worked very closely with our customers, the dealers out there, along with the builders. As you know, most builders already know what they plan to produce or build home 6 or 9 months from now. And as we get closer to the builders and our customers, we took those future forward demand and be able to translate that to the production plan and within our now lean network of plants. And by doing that, we're able to, as we produce, the products essentially flow from our plants directly to our customers and to the job site. And through that transform process, it's allow us to actually serve the market better than before. And we're able to pick up the surge in the pent-up demand and then be able to supply to the markets.
Jack, as you say, you're really close to your customers, the builders. When you talk to them, are they saying that they are experiencing problems elsewhere in terms of trying to get the materials they need to construct the houses that they are tasked to do? Because it's a bit like the chip industry right now. At the moment, the car industry, well, it's got everything it needs apart from that last little chip that it needs to make the car get out of the factory. Are you seeing a similar thing with the building industry?
Yeah, we do. Certainly, the lumber has been a big issue here in the housing, new construction at least. And that's why you saw the escalating prices in lumber. And then to any items that are sourced from outside of the U.S., that also become an issue. But certainly in our business, as you know, that we exposed to the new construction market, one third of our business, and the other 2/3 is really in the residing and remodeling. And that market is going quite strong as well. As you probably know, there's about 80 million of homes in the U.S. today, and 44 million of those homes are of 40 years and older. That means that those homes are really prime to be re-sided and remodeled. And it is really the growth opportunity for our company is really about being able to communicate and market the James Hardie fiber cement exterior solutions that deliver the aesthetics and the endless design possibilities that now that the homeowners tend to stay at home more, work from home more. And that behavior is really changing quite fast.
Can that continue, though, with rates on the rise, in that you could take out a home equity loan and then redo your house because rates were so low? Do you see any sign of that slowing? And if no, what number, like what yield sort of puts a damper on it?
It is, because it is a law of large number, right? We have essentially 44 million homeowners, homes out there that are more than 40 years old. And if even with 5% of those homes that need, homeowners that really like and need to reside, that's about 2.2 million homes. And that's twice as big as the 1 million home, single family home new construction that happen every year. So it is really an opportunity for a brand like James Hardie to communicate and sell that story to the homeowners that really to be able to make that decision.
You've worked around the world. You've worked in a whole different range of industries. 3M, for instance. You've worked at sort of geographically different locations as well. You worked in Asia and I think Europe as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
how
correct.
different do you think the market is in the United States right now versus the rest of the world, particularly Europe? But I'm curious to get your take on Asia as well.
Yes, I think there's certainly the style of construction is very different from geography to geography. But there's a really one common factor is really about is the same either in U.S., Europe, Western Europe, or Asia Pacific, particularly in Australia and New Zealand, is that there's a lack of skilled labor, there's a lack of affordable housing, and then and really right now as we speak, there's a lot more about homeowners who want to beautify their homes, and it's really has really been a big change that we in the consumer behavior that we have picked up during the past year.